Alright, this is Lord of the Flies. Alright, so over there we have some wood, which is important because on page 39 it says everyone is gathering wood for the fire. And on page 41, Jack yells, "More wood, get more wood!" And over that, Piggy just put some green leaves on. And the green leaves are important too. And on page 45, it says, we need smoke. And on page 42, it says, put on green branches. That is the best way to make smoke. And then we have some meat, which is important because the meat is important because they were always eating fruit, and so after they killed the pigs, they were eating the meat, and they said they were like, it tastes good and better than the fruit that they always have to eat. And then we also have some fruit, which was important because that's what they ate whenever they didn't have meat. And so it wasn't as good as the meat, but they all liked it. So, yeah.
Just going to get some water.
And then they have water, which was very important because you need to stay hydrated to stay alive. And on page 50, this was by John. Yeah, water. John made the water. And so on page 50, it says a rude shelter that faces the lagoon. And this says there's a lagoon where they get the water. And another quote is, Jack took up a coconut shell that brimmed with fresh water from along a group that was arranged in the shade and drank. This says they do have fresh water and that they store the water in coconut shells. And then Hayden has a conch shell, and on page 15 and 16 they get the conch, and all throughout the book they're using the conch because it's like important and it's like their symbol that they use. Whoever has the conch gets to talk. And then
there's a savage.
And then he also has glasses on because those were important. The glasses were important because on page 40 it says Specs used them as burning glasses because they couldn't get fire to work, so they just used it as like a magnifying glass to get the fire going. And then we have Jack wearing face paint, which on page 63 it says they use face paint to hide from the pigs. Here's a quote. He smeared on the clay. And that quote says that they are definitely using it. And then Jack also has some spear. And on page 181 it says Jack and Ralph, on page 181, Jack and Ralph fight with their spears. Here is a quote. Viciously, with full intention, he hurled his spear at Ralph. And then Ralph is like, tore away the skin on his neck.
I have the coach.
And then we all have there's a knife, which is important because on page 135 it said it says, I cut the pig's throat, said Jack proudly. Jack used his knife to do this. Without the knife, they wouldn't have been able to kill the pig, and they wouldn't have meat, which we already said that was important.
Oink, oink, oink.
You got meat. Meat.
And
I love
then
myself some meat.
that's it. So we're gonna have to put everything in the survival backpack.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, so that we can survive. Survive in the wild.
Glasses. You got a knife to kill piggies. Conch shell.
We got some good meat. You always need meat.
Yeah.
We got some firewood.
We got some water because you need water to survive. We got some leaves. And that.
And we got some spears.
And we got a spear so we can hunt piggies.
Here's our spear, and that has been our survival backpack.